Okay. How you doing? Patrick CC, apparently, he's saying Nicki Minaj fell off. The sad decay of a rap legend. Nicki Minaj's downfall. Last time we heard about Nicki Minaj, it was because of her beef with Megan Thee Stallion. Who y'all think won in that situation? I don't know. Megan was throwing some heavy hitters. Nicki was throwing some heavy hitters. What is Patrick CC talking about? We probably gonna watch a couple of his videos because I like Patrick CC.
Nicki Minaj is a living legend in rap. She
Facts.
has over 100 million records sold, 23 top 10 Billboard Hot 100 singles, 3 #1 singles, 3 #1 albums, 148 Billboard Hot 1 entries, making her the #5 of all time, 9 American Music Awards, 12 BET Awards, 8 MTV Video Music Awards, 4 Billboard Music Awards, 4 People's Choice Awards,
Nicki
10
Minaj is
Grammy
her, though.
nominations. Do I really need to keep going because her list of accolades is long? If Nicki Minaj quietly bowed out of the spotlight, we would all hold her in high regard as one of the most dominant and well-respected female artists of all time. But she ruined that. Her continuous self-sabotage, close associations with sexual predators, and patterns of embarrassing behavior has led to even her most diehard fans questioning the rapper's legacy. Once we dive into her history, you will start to wonder if she is trying to destroy her reputation on purpose, because her words and actions will leave any sane person dumbfounded. But the true beginning of Nicki's decay started in 2017, when one rapper exposed her so badly that the tide began shifting against Minaj.
Who is that?
For 7 years in a row, 2010 to 2016, Nicki won the BET Award for Best Female Hip Hop Artist. It's almost like she was the only female rapper. Obviously she wasn't, but to hip hop fans it kind of felt like that. Now sure, over the years she had some beef with other female artists, like Lil' Kim, Mariah Carey, Iggy Azalea, and even Miley Cyrus.
And now, back to this that had a lot to say about me the other day in the press. Miley, what's good?
But none of these feuds had any real negative impact
Whoa.
on Nicki's career, especially when you compare them to Remy Ma, who was the first rapper to successfully break down Nicki Minaj. When Remy Ma was incarcerated in 2007, she left behind massive shoes in the female rap scene that Nicki arguably filled. Minaj cemented her name in rap history throughout the next couple of years, being dubbed the Queen of Rap, among other illustrious titles. When Remy was released from prison in 2014,
I was there.
The female rap scene had changed drastically, and she was nowhere near as relevant in the eyes of music listeners. But Remy still gave Minaj her props.
What I can say is that she's a wonderful woman, and she's on the same page with me, like that there's no need to try to tear somebody down. I can say what I said. I let her know that I'm super proud of her.
Despite her being cordial, Remy likely felt hungry to take back the Queen of Hip Hop crown. And what's a better way to show that she is a more skilled rapper than Nicki than remixing her songs? She released freestyles to Minaj's Only and Truffle Butter. On Truffle Butter, many suspected she took subliminal shots at Nicki. People keep saying, "Rem, you need to drop a record." I'm like, in a minute, let me body his records. Yeah, for the millions I will kill these pop hoes. Even though it seemed like a feud might be brewing, Remy continued voicing her support for Nicki and vice versa, with Nicki hinting at a potential collaboration in the future. Remy continued releasing music seemingly filled with subliminal disses towards Nicki for 2 years, and eventually Nicki took the bait. On Jason Derulo's single Swalla, Nicki said, "I gave these 2 years, now your time's up. Bless her heart, she throwing shots but every line sucks." 2 days later, Nicki was featured on Gucci Mane's Make Love, where she took even more shots aimed at Remy. "Oh, you the queen of this here?" One platinum plaque, album flopped. Where? This was clearly aimed at Remy, who consistently called herself the queen of NYC. But Remy comes from a class of hip-hop MCs that don't take disses lightly, so she clapped back at Nicki with a full-fledged, cutthroat diss track. Sheether was Remy's 2017 remix of Nas's diss track on Jay-Z titled Ether, which is widely regarded as one of the most iconic hip-hop diss tracks of all time.
I ain't never heard
Nas, Remy delivered a barrage of scathing insults and criticisms aimed at Nicki, attacking everything from her appearance to her credibility as an artist. She claims that Nicki had sex with—
I ain't hear Remy's. Whoa, she claims that Nicki had sex with who? I ain't hear Remy Ma's song either. Hold on. When did this happen? Was I alive? He said 2000 something, right? I was definitely alive. I just was not aware. Okay, continue.
There was Remy's 2017 remix of Nas's diss track on Jay-Z titled Ether, which is widely regarded as one of the most iconic hip-hop diss tracks of all time.
Dang.
Like Nas, Remy delivered a barrage of scathing insults and criticisms aimed at Nicki, attacking everything from her appearance to her credibility as an artist. She claims that Nicki had sex with Lil Wayne, Drake, Trey Songz, Ebro, Gucci Mane. She claims that Nicki's butt implants popped, which led to a downfall in her and Meek Mill's relationship. She also said that Nicki was influencing girls to get BBL surgeries, which have resulted in numerous deaths while under the knife. She claimed that Nicki uses ghostwriters and even hard drugs. She also criticized Nicki about her support for her brother, who is a
how you spending money to support?
Free Remy. You know what? Free Remy. Fuck you, free Remy!
Fuck Nicki Minaj.
Are you dumb? You wore a pink diamond chicken wing chain. Are you dumb? You had a leopard beehive on your head. Are you dumb? Are you forgetting that I pressed you before, bitch?
Fuck Nicki Minaj.
Fuck with your soul like she. You get donkey of the day. Yeah, you dumb ass. Let's be honest. You stole that line by bitches being your sons. How you take my 09 jail tweet and run? Bad thoughts, he said nah. That's when I knew you was really a trash bop. You was screaming free Remy when I was upstate doom. But now that they free Remy, you don't sing the same tune. Lock me up, threw away my keys, threw away my weed, snatch me from my son. Who next? Puff Deb or Fidgy? You a A-list groupie. And to be the queen of rap, you gotta actually rap.
Yo, why is she going crazy? It's been non-stop attacks. There hasn't been a hook, of course. It's just been straight up jabs, punches, uppercuts, kicks. She shot. This is a boxing fight and she has shot her gun. Multiple times. She has fired her weapon. Where did she get the gun, bro?
You an internet troll, a web browser. I'm sorry, you can't get it online without Safari. Mentioning guns, you pussy galore.
Oh! You an internet troll, a web browser, I'm sorry. You can't get her online without Safari. Safari, the rapper, but also Safari, the internet bro. Hold on, who is Remy Ma, bro?
48 hours, Nick Nolte getting close like Nick Jonas, gripping the gauge, then blaze off, face off, bitch. Nicolas Cage, you animated like Nickelodeon. You in it, I'm wildin' out, about to hit Nick with the cannon. How are you on the VMAs acting like it's good? That's Hannah Montana, she was always happy. You only fronted on Mariah cause Mariah don't carry. Tried to disrespect.
Hey, bro, I like her. You know what? That's Hannah Montana. Like you hood. Nah, I was wondering why Nicki was pressing Hannah Montana like that. Like, what did she do?
Was a child molester, Nicki Minaj, till you paid for your breath. Caught a pedophile, he a walking dead man sending threats. Why you ain't help your bro? How does come from 4 and 6? You probably some pants. We call that Jelani. Get it? Cement in your pants.
That was a murder, a massacre. There is no reason. Oh my goodness. She got everything she had to say. Yo, she said everything, bro. She said everything she's been holding in this whole time, bro. She let that all out. Oh my goodness. Did Nicki Minaj respond to this?
and even hard drugs. She also criticized Nicki about her support for her brother, who is a convicted pedophile. At this point in her career, Nicki seemed invincible, and she had never been directly attacked at this magnitude by another female rapper. People patiently awaited to hear Nicki's response, with many thinking it would be one of the greatest diss tracks of all time, but she choked and barely responded. Trying to act unimpressed by the response, Nicki took to Instagram and posted a now deleted screenshot of an article referencing Fat Joe and Remy Ma's album opening week sales, which is the stereotypical response for a more popular rapper to brag about sales numbers while avoiding the serious accusations. She also posted audio of Beyonce referencing her as a rap queen.
I met this girl named Nicki, I guess you could say she was the rap queen.
Remy then appeared on the Wendy Williams show where she discussed why she dissed Nicki in the first place. She dressed in all black, implying that her outfit was funeral attire for Nicki. It took Minaj 2 weeks to respond with a record called No Frauds, where she accused Remy of getting plastic surgery, using ghostwriters, and a plethora of the exact same things that Remy accused Nicki of doing. Her response was basically, "I know you are, but what am I?" Despite Nicki's cult-like fanbase supporting her, the industry essentially declared Remy the winner, as she dethroned Nicki's 7-year run as the best female hip-hop artist at the 2017 BET Awards.
Got fat while we starved. Shots in your pads in your bras. Y'all some liars. It ain't no facts in your song. And yeah, that crown is coming back to the Bronx.
Nicki Minaj hasn't won this award ever since. Those who saw Minaj as the epitome of female rap just witnessed her get embarrassed and disrespected. She failed to address the onslaught of Remy's attacks and just continued to flex her wealth and sales numbers. Many thought because Nicki avoided the allegations, they must be true. But it's possible that this beef was just strictly entertainment and Nicki tucked her tail and took the L because she knew she was the weaker MC. Plus, any attention Nicki gave Remy only made her more relevant. But things got even worse for Nicki. There was a new poppin' female rapper from New York called Cardi B, and she had no intentions on bowing down to Minaj. But first, a quick word from today's sponsor, Underdog
What's
Fantasy.
up, Pat?
Underdog is the easiest way to play fantasy sports. Not just basketball, you can make picks on baseball, football, hockey, UFC, and more.
What
Just
about
pick whether
swimming?
You think your favorite player's stats will be higher or lower.
Double
and
Dutch.
you can make big money.
Water
you can make your
polo.
own entry with as few as 2 picks and 3x your money, or go bigger to
Can
win
I
up
bet
to
on rock
100x.
racing?
Right now, Underdog is giving. From
Appreciate
the moment
you,
she
Pratchett.
stepped into the spotlight, Cardi
Pratchett.
aligned herself with Lil Kim and Remy Ma, Nicki's biggest enemies. Remy even brought out Cardi at Summer Jam 2017, where Remy's whole performance was dedicated to dissing Nicki Minaj. Therefore, Nicki declared Cardi her enemy. But Cardi was different than Remy. She actually had a chance to dethrone Nicki's spotlight, and maybe even compete with her sales numbers. Cardi had the same appeal as Nicki. She could rap, she had the charisma and humor, she could do pop music, she had the sex appeal, and she was even supporting a similar bob hairstyle. During summer of 2017, Cardi dropped her song Bodak Yellow, which was the hottest record of the summer. All of the spotlight was on Cardi, so Nicki immediately took shots at the rapper. London on the Track released a song titled No Flag, where Nicki is heard rapping, "I heard these labels are trying to make another me. Everything you're getting, little hoe, is because of me." With how successful Nicki's career had been, it's not a stretch to think record labels viewed her as the blueprint to producing the next megastar in female rap. Plus, when you consider that UK rapper Lady Lesher stated that Atlantic Records offered her a €250,000 deal if she made a diss track about Minaj, you start to wonder if Atlantic Records, the same label that signed Cardi B, may have encouraged her to imitate and potentially engage in beef with Nicki, because Cardi seemingly responded to Nicki on stage.
You know this bitch? She never fucking liked me, and all of a sudden she wanna be friends with me, no bitch.
At the time, it wouldn't really make sense for Cardi B to be enemies with Nicki Minaj, but from a business and marketing perspective, I could see a label encouraging this beef to keep fans engaged and boost sales numbers. In fact, Cardi's Barty Gang and Nicki's Barb's fan bases actively fought each other on social media. The Barbs even teamed up with the Swifties to excessively stream Taylor's Look What You Made Me Do in an attempt to keep Taylor at #1 on the Billboard
Oh,
Hot 100,
brother.
but they ultimately failed as Bodak Yellow landed at the #1 spot, breaking a record that Nicki could never do by herself. Cardi B became the first female rapper with a #1 solo single since Lauryn Hill's Doo-Wop in 1998. Bodak Yellow stayed at #1 on the Hot 100 for 3 consecutive weeks. At this
Dang.
point, Nicki had never achieved a #1 song.
Wait,
But
what did Bodak Yellow sound like? Hold on.
Good.
Hold it. This was lit in the song.
I'm like, okay, I let him get what he want. He buy me East and
I ain't gonna lie. That was a moment in when was Bodak Yellow released? 2017. Yo, 2017 was a crazy year for music.
since Lauryn Hill's Doo-Wop in 1998. Bodak Yellow stayed at #1 on the Hot 100 for 3 consecutive weeks. At this point, Nicki had never achieved a #1 song. Plus, she was 35 and her prime was seemingly behind her. Cardi's commercial impact could not be denied, and perhaps Nicki wanted to establish a truce. She congratulated Cardi on the massive achievement on Twitter, but that truce only lasted a few weeks, because Nicki's jealousy would eat away at her. In October of 2017, the Migos released a single titled Motorsport, in which they requested a feature from Nicki. In Nicki's verse, she said, "If Cardi is the QB, then I'm Nick Lombardi." To explain the reference, an NFL quarterback, like Patrick Mahomes, is typically the star of the team, but Vince Lombardi is one of the greatest NFL coaches of all time. He was an executive of the NFL, and the trophy that is given to the Super Bowl winner is called the Lombardi Trophy. Nicki's essentially saying here, if Cardi's the star of a team, then I'm a legend. I'm the damn trophy that you work your whole life to achieve. However, once Nicki found out that Cardi was going to be on the song, she changed the lyric to, "If Quavo is the QB, then I'm Nick Lombardi," which doesn't really make sense, nor does it rhyme. Despite this, Cardi insisted that there was no beef between the two.
I feel like it's really internet made up. Fans and people, they really want to see that happen because it's really entertaining. To see people beef is entertaining.
But the beef would be confirmed to be true when the two got into a physical altercation a few months later. At Harper's Bazaar's Icons party during New York Fashion Week, multiple videos of the two fighting quickly circulated online, with one even showing Cardi attempting to throw a shoe at Nicki. In one of the videos, Cardi can be heard making some damning threats. Cardi was later seen exiting the venue with a massive bump on her forehead. Nicki said she was embarrassed about the whole situation.
The other night, I was a part of something so mortifying and so humiliating.
Then Cardi responded with,
How you say that I was the wild animal, that I attacked you, that you was mortified, that you was humiliated, playing the victim, but now you're the gangster? You need to pick a side. Do you want to be the victim or do you want to be the gangster? You lie so much you can't even keep up with lies.
Cardi posted her reasoning behind the attack the following day. She accused Nicki of trying to blackball her.
I've let a lot of, I let you sneak diss me, I let you lie on me, I let you attempt to stop my bags.
Cardi posted her reasoning behind the attack the following day. She accused Nicki of trying to blackball her, intimidate her, and worst of all, speaking ill of her child. Everyone took Cardi's side, since they understood that defending their children is important. However, Nicki vehemently denied that she ever spoke bad about Cardi's daughter. She also called out Cardi's hypocrisy by revealing old Instagram screenshots where Cardi repeatedly attacked a mother whose son died. She also referred to the deceased child as a monkey. Cardi also accused Nicki of trying to interrupt or ruin her financial opportunities, money that would help her feed her family. So Nicki again called out Cardi's hypocrisy.
Now we gonna get into some things because I'm tired of people lying on me. Now you want to talk about stopping bags, but it's two innocent girls in a strip club right now that ain't did nothing but go to the strip club and get money. Now they can't get no money, so who's stopping bags? Cause you got grown ass men showing up to where the they at and where they work at. They can't feed their kids, they can't feed their fucking family. You mad at a woman for what a man is doing. And that's the problem with so many black women and women, period. Oh, cause she not black, cause she refers to you black women. Oh, we got the receipts for that too. FYI, she refers to black women as monkeys and roaches. Roaches!
Cardi never responded to this directly. She was done with the back and forth and made a declaration that Nicki did not want to accept.
We could settle it however you want to settle it. We could talk about it or we could fight it out. I'm with whatever.
Regardless of who you think was right in this situation, it was evident that female rappers had no intentions on bowing down and declaring Nicki as the queen of rap. Her dominance over the culture was fading. Cardi was just the first of many emerging female artists that we see dominating hip-hop today, and it seemed like Nicki was slowly losing her mind, seemingly grasping at straws to keep the public on her side. But the more she got on social media to rant, the worse it got for her. On August 10th, 2018, Nicki released her fourth studio album, Queen. Led by singles like Chun-Li and Barbie Dreams, the album received positive reviews from critics. Queen debuted at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 200 after selling 185,000 units first week.
That's
now,
really
this
good, right?
was Nicki's worst album performance, but number 2 is still considered a wildly successful debut. She just released at a competitive time. Travis Scott's Astroworld dropped the week before, which was the single most anticipated album of 2018. And he delivered, as it was a great project.
It was.
Astroworld remained at number 1 for a second week in a row with 205,000 sales. With the Cardi B beef still fresh, Cardi fans had even more ammo since her debut album reached number 1 just a few months earlier. On top of that, Cardi outsold Nicki. Nicki being number 2 was further proof to her detractors that she is not the dominant force she once was, so she started blaming everyone but herself for the album not reaching number 1. She tweeted, "Spotify put Drake's face on every playlist but told me they they'd have to teach me a lesson for playing my music 10 minutes early on Queen Radio, even though they've been giving away my music for free for years and I'm one of the top Spotify artists of all time. Nicki also blamed her label for not standing up for her because they feared Spotify would retaliate and not promote her friend and frequent collaborator Ariana Grande's album Sweetener that released around the same time. Spotify eventually addressed Nicki's claims, denying all allegations of mistreatment. Spotify supported Nicki Minaj with a Times Square billboard, a host of the largest playlists, New Music Friday, and the New Music Release Shelf. A representative for Spotify told Business Insider, her song Bed actually saw an increase based on the promotions put behind the campaign. The company continues to be big fans of Nicki. After Spotify proved her wrong, Nicki could no longer blame them, so she shifted her anger towards Travis himself. I put my blood, sweat, and tears in writing a dope album only for Travis Scott to have Kylie Jenner post a tour pass telling people to come see her and Stormi. I'm actually laughing. For context, Kylie Jenner promoted Travis Scott's online store to Instagram with the caption, "Me and Storm ready for tour," to which Nicki claims that Travis sold 50,000 album units because of Kylie's promotion. All purchases of his t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and keychains automatically came with a digital download of Astroworld, which counted as one album sale even though the buyer is not required to actually download or listen to the album. This has been a common strategy for artists to exploit the Billboard charts for over a decade.
But what we not gonna do is have this auto-tune man coming up here selling fucking sweaters.
She called Travis Scott the auto-tune man. If anything, that's T-Pain, but T-Pain can really sing, though.
Which counted as one album sale, even though the buyer is not required to actually download or listen to the album. This has been a common strategy for artists to exploit the Billboard charts for over a decade.
But what we not gonna do is have this auto-tune man coming up here selling fucking sweaters and telling y'all he sold 500,000 fucking albums, because he didn't. And it's a lot of rappers behind the scene that want to talk about it and they're scared. You're a fucking man. You got your fucking homeboy talking for you and you got your girlfriend posting tour passes saying you sold albums. Stop it.
Firstly, Nicki calling Travis Auto-Tune Man is a non-insult considering her love for the effect. Secondly, her being angry about bundle sales is ironic because she tried to do this exact same strategy. According to an article published by Rolling Stone, on her online store, Nicki had an array of merch and album bundles available. She also provided a concert package to her upcoming joint tour with rapper Future. Each time a fan purchased a concert package, they received free copies of her album, which substantially impacted the sales for Queen. Nicki also tried to boost her numbers after the album's official release by adding her previous release track Fifi to the album, which would count towards the album's total streaming numbers. But none of it worked. Nicki had no one else to blame. She had to just accept that people didn't want her album, her merch, or her tour as much as they wanted Travis's or Cardi B's. As if 2018 couldn't get any crazier for Nicki, the public found out about her boyfriend's dark past, which changed her reputation forever. Nicki began to publicly post about her boyfriend Kenneth Petty after a few months of dating, with sources close to Minaj claiming that they were already considered getting married and having babies. But Nicki's fans weren't so supportive of Kenneth as he is a convicted sex offender stemming back to the 90s. Kenneth initially pleaded not guilty to all charges. However, during a hearing on April 5th, 1995, Petty withdrew his not guilty plea and instead pleaded guilty to the charge of attempted rape. He was sentenced to 18 to 54 months in prison but served nearly 4 years before his release in January of 1999. If Kenneth is considered a Tier 2 or Tier 3 sex offender, he must remain on the sex offender registry for at least 20 years, as well as report his current address to the Department of Justice every 6 months, which is why in July of 2022, Petty was sentenced in Los Angeles to probation and home detention for failing to register as a sex offender. Kenneth was also ordered to pay a $55,000 fine as a part of his sentence of 3 years probation and 1 year of home detention, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. But it gets even worse. Since the public became so invested in Nicki's relationship, media outlets began reporting on the 26-year-old trial, which led to Petty's victim, Jennifer Hugh, having to relive this horrific time of her life. She even claimed that the associates of Minaj and Petty spent months in 2020 harassing her and offered her hundreds of thousands of dollars to basically say that the attempted rape never happened. Jennifer alleged that a man named Barry, who was close to her brother, reached out to offer his help. Barry got Jennifer on the phone with Minaj, to which she claims that Minaj tried to help her. She also quoted Nicki saying, "Listen, I just need you to know, woman to woman, this really happened. Jennifer was confused. Why would Nicki Minaj want to help her husband's victim? Well, if Jennifer were to say that the 1995 case was a lie, then Nicki's reputation to the public might be saved. Barry allegedly parked in a car outside her house. Jennifer said he offered her $20,000 in cash if she agreed to sign a letter he'd typed that stated she lied about her assault. Jennifer refused any and all offers of financial compensation to change her story. Jennifer became even more fearful when she received a call from her brother asking if she was okay. He told her that their cousin had called him again, and that this time he sounded terrified, telling them that they knew where she lived.
Who the hell is
Jennifer
they?
moved and changed her phone number as she feared for her safety. She did not know who was looking for her, but she did not want to take any chances. She ended up moving 3 times over the course of a couple years. She believes that she was being intimidated, stalked. Also, she could change her story and clear Petty's name to the public. But she stayed strong and refused to give in. She actually ended up suing the Pettys for $20 million for her claims she endured a relentless campaign of bribery, intimidation, harassment, and stalking. But then Petty accused Hugh of going out of her way to publicly shame him. Jennifer even went as far as releasing never-before-seen photos from 1994 with bruises on her neck and body after the assault. Jennifer said, "When I was 16, nobody believed me, and now it feels the same. It feels like I'm fighting for my character." Petty and Minaj's legal teams denied all accusations and are more than ready to defend themselves in court. Since Minaj hasn't directly responded to these allegations, it's impossible to say she is guilty of bribery and intimidation. Not responding is probably the smartest thing Nicki has ever done. But even if the truth comes out that she never intimidated this woman, fans still wonder why out of all people Nicki chose to be with, she
why is she
landed
still
on
married to
Petty.
Dog?
After all, this wasn't his only crime. Petty was also responsible for the shooting death of Lamont Robinson in 2002. The original charge was murder in the second degree, but following a plea bargain, he pled guilty to manslaughter, to which he was sentenced to 10 years in federal prison for. TV host Jesse Palmer aired a segment on Daily Mail TV regarding Nicki's relationship where he said that Nicki's fans were, quote, worried because this isn't the first time Nicki Minaj has defended a sex offender. He then clarified that Nicki had allegedly been supporting her brother while he was behind bars. Nicki proceeded to have an outburst on Instagram, saying, "You just lied on me on national television and now you're being sued. You better be able to back up what you just said about me with facts." She followed up with another tweet saying that the reporter was going to jail for repeating extremely public information. Nicki would have 100% lost this lawsuit since it was public knowledge that Nicki was supporting her brother during his trial. Because if you don't know, Nicki's husband isn't the only one guilty of sex crimes. Her brother Jelani Mirage was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison for predatory sexual assault against a child. Authorities arrested Jelani in connection with the case in December of 2015 after he was accused of repeating.
Bro! Why is she like surrounded around, you feel me, child predators? Or
According to Bossip, Jelani was an employee for Nicki at the time. While in custody, he suffered from an unknown medical condition that required him to be arranged at Nassau University Medical Center. According to the New York Post, Nicki Minaj promptly paid her brother's $100,000 bail, using 2 of her houses in Baldwin, Long Island as collateral. According to a source close to Nicki, she was prepared to do anything for her brother. Nicki was willing to give up any asset to ensure she had enough money to protect her brother. A grand jury in New York's Nassau County indicted Jelani Mirage on felony sexual assault against a child in April of 2016. He was also indicted on 2 felony counts of sexual conduct against a child and endangering the welfare of a child. He pled not guilty to the charges, asserting his innocence and denying the charges brought against him. Since he pled not guilty, Jelani sought to have the prosecution prove the case against him beyond a reasonable doubt during the trial in October of 2017. Although Nicki never commented publicly on the charges against Jelani, his attorney, David Schwartz, told media outlets that Nicki may attend part of her brother's trial and supports him 100%. In November of 2017, Nassau County Court found Jelani Mirage guilty of predatory sexual assault. And you might as well just add rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine to the Nicki Minaj sex crime triangle, as her first #1 song came from their collaboration, Trolls. In October of 2015, Daniel Hernandez pled guilty to a felony count of use of a child in a sexual performance. He was charged with 3 counts of the offense after a February 2015 incident in which he had physical contact with a 13-year-old girl and later distributed videos of the incident online as a part of a music video. In the video, the child engages in oral sexual intercourse with the separately charged defendant, Taquan Anderson, while the defendant, Daniel Hernandez, stands behind the child making a thrusting motion with his pelvis and smacking her on the buttocks. The child is nude in the video. In an interview with DJ Academics, 6ix9ine denied knowing the girl was a minor, but Tekashi's legal situation was very much
What? Yo. Oh. 1, okay, you know, that's horrific. 2, but 3 people that have been in contact with Nicki Minaj have been like child predators. And this nigga talking about I didn't know she was us. Stop, bro. Stop. Like, come on, bro. You're disgusting. That's just what it is. I'm glad I never liked 6ix9ine. I never really tapped into his music for real. I always thought it was meme music, and I knew that it was gonna run its course. He had that, I'm gonna keep it honest, he had a couple songs where he was going crazy. But other than that, bro.
Daniel Hernandez stands behind the child making a thrusting motion with his pelvis and smacking her on the buttocks. The child is nude in the video. In an interview with DJ Academics, 6ix9ine denied knowing the girl was a minor, but Tekashi's legal situation was very much public knowledge before Nicki and 6ix9ine's first collaboration. Most artists in the industry avoided working with Tekashi due to this charge, but Nicki didn't seem to mind. Some people, particularly Nicki Minaj fans, look at her involvement with sexual predators as strictly coincidental. Her brother could have lived a double life. She probably genuinely thought he was a good, innocent man and was just as shocked as we were when the charges were made. They probably think she financially supported him because she is a good sister. Her husband's case was in 1995 before she ever knew him, and he was 16 years old. Maybe Nicki believes he is a changed man, and their love is so strong she is willing to forgive him. Or maybe she genuinely believes he was falsely accused and vilified his whole life, and 6ix9ine could be chalked up as purely business. 6ix9ine is a rapper, and let's be honest, most rappers aren't exactly the most morally righteous people. But she still has this massive gray cloud of questionable associations that makes it really hard for fans to defend her, especially when she keeps engaging in wars with other female rappers. In addition to Remy and Cardi, Latto and Megan Thee Stallion broke Nicki down, but we can't even blame them. You will notice that Minaj did this to herself. Nicki and Atlanta-based rapper Latto got into some beef after Minaj
Dang, she beefing with Latto too?
It all started when Minaj was mad at the Grammys for nominating her song Super Freaky Girl in the pop category, while Latto's hit song Big Energy was nominated in the rap category.
Super Freaky Girl, where I only rapped on the song, was removed out of rap categories at the Grammys, right? And put in pop.
Now, Nicki does have a solid point here. The Grammys categorizations for these songs does seem wrong, and people have suspected that the Grammys have been corrupt for a long time. Latto responded with a subtweet saying, "Damn, I can't win for losing. All these awards, nominations, I can't even celebrate." According to Latto, she attempted to reach out to Nicki and privately address the situation, but Nicki went to Twitter instead. "This Karen has probably mentioned my name in over 100 interviews. She said she waited in line for Pink Friday with her Barbie chain on, bangs, pink hair, but today, Scratch Off decides to be silent, rather than speak up for the black woman she called her biggest inspiration." The two then continued their back and forth on Twitter. Latto said, "Super Freaky Grandma is married and related to effing rapists. You ain't gonna bully me, bitch. My idol turned rival, now you hating." As you can see, anytime Nicki gets into a beef, the main attack is her association with her brother and husband. Nicki responded by pointing out Latto's hypocrisy. Didn't care about when she was begging for features. Didn't care about Kodak's past. Didn't care about the accusations made about Dr. Luke, who produced Big Energy. Newsflash, Scratch Off. I've never raped anyone. I've inspired millions. You're one of them, bozo. To be clear, Latto never accused Nicki of R-wording anyone. She said married and related. The public took Latto's side and looked at Nicki as a bitter old bully mad at the young rising star who won the BET Award for Best Female Hip-Hop Artist over Nicki. But Nicki's beef with Latto is minor compared to how she embarrassed herself trying to attack Megan Thee Stallion. Megan was the one female rapper that Nicki didn't immediately make enemies with. After connecting on Instagram Live, the two collaborated on Megan's single, Hot Girl Summer, in 2019, which became a huge hit. They even shot a music video together and seemed to be on friendly terms for the short years that followed. But in 2021, Minaj unfollowed Megan on Instagram, sparking rumors that their friendship was heading south. On an episode of her radio show the following year,
do people keep up with that type of stuff? Like when folks unfollow each other? How you even, like, you just wake up one day and wonder? I wonder if Nicki Minaj still follows Megan Thee Stallion, or I'm just trying to understand how you figure out this information, bro.
Terms for the short years that followed. But in 2021, Minaj unfollowed Megan on Instagram, sparking rumors that their friendship was heading south. On an episode of her Queen radio show the following year, Minaj recalled an encounter between them that shifted the status of their friendship. Nicki said, "Imagine telling someone you didn't want to drink because you were, at the time, possibly pregnant, because you were actively trying to have a baby." In typical Nicki fashion, she doesn't mention anyone's name, but fans suspected it was about Megan. A fan tweeted at Megan, "Nicki Minaj is accusing you of encouraging abortion and child endangerment with alcohol. This isn't something to stay quiet on."
Wait,
how?
Wait. Where is the correlation to Megan though? How did they make that conclusion?
Because you were, at the time, possibly pregnant, because you were actively trying to have a baby. In typical Nicki fashion,
and then folks said that's Megan Thee Stallion?
And she doesn't mention anyone's name.
How does that work?
Fans suspected it was about Megan.
How?
A fan tweeted at Megan, "Nicki Minaj is accusing you of encouraging abortion and child endangerment with alcohol. This isn't something to stay quiet on." And Megan said, "Lie." Months later, Minaj took subtle digs at Meg on the track Red Ruby to Sleaze, rapping, "700 on them horses when we fixing to leave, but I don't fuck with horses since Christopher Reeves." If you don't know, Stallion is a horse. Megan ignored her shots for years until her 2024 song, Hiss, which is an all-encompassing diss track where she takes shots at multiple people in the industry, including Minaj by way of her encompassing diss track where she takes years until her don't know, Stallion is a horse. Megan ignored her shots for years until her 2024 song, Hiss, which is an all-encompassing diss track where she takes shots at multiple people in the industry, including Minaj by way of her husband's status as a registered sex offender.
I ain't gonna lie, Tina Snow, that the brain thing creeped me out.
Mad at Megan's Law. Megan's Law is the name for a federal law in the United States requiring law enforcement authorities to make information available to the public regarding registered sex offenders.
Such a bar.
This one lyric sent Nicki into one of the worst meltdowns we've seen on social media by a celebrity.
I don't care. Bitch. I dare you. I fucking dare you, bitch, to say one more thing about my fucking family, ho. Bullet fragment foot, bitch. Bullet fragment, bitch. She a bullet fragment, bitch. Now listen here, ho. Get up on your good foot. Bitch, I said get up on your good foot, not your bad foot. Fuck was that, a diss or piss? Said it was hiss, I said piss. That my fans called it piss.
Nicki is maniacally mocking the incident where Megan was shot in the foot by Tory Lanez.
Yo.
She then goes on to refer to her husband's rape as
she's like a super villain.
Y'all mad because y'all don't have somebody that loves you and stand 10 toes down behind you. So you bringing up 30-year-old T for when this man was a 15-year-old child. You bringing up 30-year-old T because no man has ever and will ever fucking love you. And lying on your dead mother, on your dead mama, on your dead, you know, lied on a dead mama, lied on a dead mama, lied on a dead mama, lied on your, I said lied on her, hey, Sexy Red, she done lied, she lied and she cried and she lied, she cried, she said
Sexy
she lied,
Red,
she cried and she lied, she cried, and then she lied and she cried.
You're right. Bro, what is Josh doing in there, bro? I was saying Josh like I know the nigga.
Aged 41 years old,
That's a
repeatedly
Florida
mocks Megan's
Broward
mother who died of brain cancer while claiming that this is her alter ego, Roman, speaking.
Every one of y'all, bloggers, YouTubers, all of y'all, let me tell y'all something. What my pen don't catch, the universe will.
Oh.
Ask about my prophecies.
She didn't drag Megan. she embarrassed herself.
Whoa,
This is
whoa,
literally
whoa,
the same
Nikki, you
feeling as when
scared
you have to
me.
sit next to a crackhead
What is
on
she
a
talking
bus.
about?
This is what
Prophecies?
narcissistic rage looks like.
Yeah.
Nikki then took to Twitter to continue expressing her rage. Megan's Law. For a free beat, you could hit Megan raw. Minaj also did what she does best and bragged about her success, listing several accolades while comparing their respective careers. She even accused Megan of winning fraudulent awards, seemingly referring to her 3 Grammys, of which Minaj has none, and repeatedly described her as a flop who uses ghostwriters. In the midst of the outburst, TMZ reported that several barbs leaked the location of the burial site of Megan's mother on social media. As a result, the cemetery notified local authorities and increased the number of security personnel at their facility. She spent days berating Megan on social media, during which she repeatedly mentioned her mother. Nikki also liked hundreds of tweets from fans talking negatively about Megan, many of which mocked her for the shooting. Nikki ultimately released a diss track titled Bigfoot, where she taunts Megan over her deceased mother, her appearance, and her sexual history, including her relationship with ex-boyfriend Partisan Fontaine. And the last 2 minutes of this song is a creepy monologue that sounds like a mental breakdown.
The things that you lied about, even pertaining to your mom, you don't want them out.
I was so scared. I was
Megan
so
laughing
scared.
herself to sleep with this. The producers really saw her having a manic episode and hit record.
On God.
Nikki, girl, they only asked you to stop covering up predators. Megan has yet to respond to Nikki's diss track. She seems to be unbothered while she continues to.
I mean, Megan is in Japan right now looking
critical acclaim.
I'm about to say
debuted at number 1.
I'm about to say delicious. She's looking gorgeous in Japan right now, looking unbothered. That's a better word. Quite unbothered. She looks so good.
Continues to promote Hiss. Hiss was met with widespread critical acclaim and debuted at number 1 on the Billboard
Banger.
Hot 100, making it her 3rd number 1 single as an artist. Due to the negative attention placed on Nikki following her heated rivalry with Megan, fans began digging into her past and found a questionable old song. The 2009 Lil Twist track, Old Enough, featuring Nicki Minaj, was released when Lil Twist was 16 years old. Nikki raps, "You might can get it, you might can hit it, but I gotta run. I know you young, but you know I like that young money. See, little boy, I can be your little teacher. And if you ball, then meet me behind the bleachers. You gotta come hard trying to reach her. 'Cause if we hit it, I might charge you for the feature." While someone can argue that it's just music, a creative outlet to innocently roleplay various situations, it's just another bullet point on the long list of Nicki's associations with sex crimes. And again, there is no debating that Nicki Minaj fundamentally changed the landscape for female rappers forever. She is
Facts.
a hip-hop legend, but all of this has put a damaging stain on her reputation, and I'm not really sure how she can get back in the good graces of fans.
Dang. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Who the hell is Lil Twist, first of all? Hold on. Hey, the jit is Loki's fit. Okay. The horrifying transformation of Doja Cat.
Doja Cat has evolved.
Moo! I love Doja Cat. She's so pretty. What she has become. That makes it sound like she's transforming to something else. I don't know, bro. She's looking crazy nowadays, though. She be scaring me. I will scroll through Instagram and it'll be like a random report on Doja Cat, and she's bald with no eyebrows, looking dead at the camera, face kind of drooping, and she's breathing hard and then she jumps back and I jump back too. Hey, to each their own, to be honest. None of my business. I just be concerned because it's dang, is you good, Miss Cat? But I don't really know her, so I don't know. I don't know nothing, bro. Yeah, Nicki Minaj she's a GOAT, bruh, but she is I don't know, losing it. I wouldn't even say that. I think it's just, if she decided to put aside her pride and become friends with all these female rappers, bro, the female rap scene would be so different. You know what I mean? So different. She missed out on a massive opportunity because now nobody messes with her. Nobody likes her because of her attitude. I like Lotto a lot. Matter of fact, I heard Lotto's Sunday service. Great song.
Niggas, you ain't my daddy, bitch, I'm
Hey, Mom.
Every time y'all book me with them hoes, it's gonna be
Pedro. Hey, I'm telling y'all, bro, that song is a banger. That song is a banger, bro. Alright, what was we watching? Oh yeah, the fall off of Doja Cat. What was the title? It was something Doja Cat related. We pull up like Sunday service.
Cat has evolved from a bubbly pink pop princess to an edgy, dark, and honestly confusing artist.
Hell yeah!
Now, celebrities as famous as Doja Cat are held to standards that are near impossible to meet.
Facts.
But what happens when a celebrity just gives up, disregards all societal standards, and starts acting in a way where you have no idea if what you are looking at is real or fake? We
Okay,
have
but
to
that's kinda-
acknowledge from the beginning that everything in Doja Cat's career could be one orchestrated marketing stunt, or we could actually be witnessing someone descending into madness. Doja Cat's superpower is that she knows the internet very well. She knows what type of humor the internet will gravitate to. She knows what will cause controversy, and she has continuously exploited that throughout her career. She obtained this knowledge by being essentially raised by the internet. I definitely didn't like to leave my room. I don't know if I was agoraphobic, but I definitely thought that I was at the time. It was very, very hard for me to go outside. According to Doja, she would skip school for days at a time, spending endless hours in various online chat rooms. She claims that she was often a victim of online bullying, but this allowed her to develop a thick skin and join in on the fun through her own offensive rhetoric. So I became the person who would often make offensive jokes and do things sort of out of the box. From the slapstick comedy of E-Bomb's world to the hyperconnectivity of MySpace, as well as the edgy, politically incorrect depths of 4chan, Doja developed a fascination with internet culture. But this time in her life would later come back to haunt her. I was very into finding underground artists that rapped. It was maybe around 11th grade that I figured that this is what I really wanted to do. Performing in music was all I ever cared about. She eventually dropped out of school at 16 and spent all of her free time making music and sharing it online. Her track So High was uploaded November of 2012, which would eventually change her life. The only time Doja would leave her house was to network with other musicians in the underground LA scene. Verb.es, a rapper, promoter, and radio host in LA, helped book Doja's first ever show at an event he founded dubbed the Banana Showcase.
Be like, Your Highness, why you always buying that fly sh-? Why you gotta check them tyrants? And why you shut it down like hydrants?
Although most of you know Doja as a pop star, she was initially trying to be a rapper. When they were developing her, I was like a live performance coach and rap coach, Verb.es recalled. I would play her hella hip-hop videos and we'd freestyle. She was phenomenal. She didn't really need me, but I just happened to be there. Yeti Beats was a producer that heard So High and was blown away. He connected Doja with industry executives, resulting in Doja signing with Kimosabe Records, an imprint of RCA Records founded by record producer and songwriter Dr. Luke while she was just 17 years old. This deal also came with a temporary artist management partnership with Roc Nation. Through Kimosabe, Doja released her debut EP, Her, with the track So High being re-released as her solo commercial debut single. It seemed like Doja was about to explode into the mainstream, but signing with Dr. Luke was a mistake she could have never foreseen. In 2014, Dr. Luke gained widespread media attention after Kesha filed a lawsuit against him. She accused Dr. Luke of sexual, physical, and emotional abuse over the course of several years, starting when she was 18. She also claimed that Dr. Luke was intentionally sabotaging her career. Kesha also sought to be released from her recording contract with Kimosabe Records. This case was huge news, with hashtag Free Kesha becoming a movement on social media. Coincidentally, Doja Cat's career came to a screeching halt as soon as Kesha's lawsuit was filed. Rapper Wale wanted to take Doja on his 30-city Simply Nothing tour across the USA, giving her some much-needed exposure to a mainstream audience, but she had to pull out because she didn't have the support of her label. Now, Doja never made any allegations against Dr. Luke, but is it a stretch to assume that Dr. Luke was more focused on fighting this lawsuit than helping his new signee with her career?
Not
because
a stretch
Doja
to think
took
that
a
at all.
3.5-year break from releasing music. In the music industry, they call this being shelved, which is when a label signs you, holds you in a contract, but doesn't do anything to help your career, metaphorically putting you on a shelf to collect dust. She kept money rolling in by doing whatever live performances possible, like doing a mini tour with the Philius London in 2015, as well as a short tour with Lizzo in 2017. Doja even turned down a feature on Billie Eilish's 2017 hit single, Bellyache. Fans would see Doja often on Periscope Live cooking up songs in her bedroom, but she had no intentions on releasing them until 2018. Her comeback in 2018 involved her ditching the rapper career path and aesthetic. She instead followed the typical pop star formula of selling sex through music. She debuted tracks like Roll With Us, Go to Town, and Candy, along with her 13-track album, Amala. But a lot of these songs fell on deaf ears. Kimosabe Records didn't do any marketing for her, didn't get her interviews, nor were they putting her on major festivals. She was watching her career fly by and reached a moment where she had nothing left to lose. One night on an Instagram Live with her core group of 60 fans watching, she made a masterpiece meme that would change her life. Producer Troy Noka sent her a sample of Wes Montgomery's Polka Dots and Moonbeams, asking her to make a beat for his album. At the time, she'd just received a cow costume in the mail. Doja hopped on Instagram Live and began writing Moo with her fans. 6 hours later, Doja and her fans wrote a song about her being a cow. But the silly song needed a silly music video. I opened up Photo Booth on my laptop and used the green screen feature with a green sheet that I hadn't used since I was 12, that was buried in the depths of my closet. I tacked it to a wall with a hammer, right over my mirror, and used some LED Christmas lights to light everything.
That's all it
Crappy lighting
takes.
and terrible quality green screen combined with a song that is intentionally bad was the perfect thing to release in summer of 2018. When we were at the peak of the Lil Pump, Bad Baby, Lil Xan, Boonk Gang, Woah Vicky, Supreme Patty, Lil Tay, Instagram clout wave. Doja Cat's Moo music video fit right in this universe because people thought she was just a new quirky YouTuber who had a green screen and got bored. The music video for Moo garnered over 5 million views in 2 weeks and went extremely viral on every social media platform. But when people looked deeper, they realized she was an extremely talented pop artist with a record deal who had an entire album she just released a few months ago. Most people who go viral are not ready for a full-blown music career. Doja was more prepared than ever, and she was able to immediately capitalize on it. But first, she had to make some apologies. Some of her old tweets resurfaced of her using the F slur, to which she immediately responded by admitting she has used the word over 15,000 times in her life, then saying, "I don't think I hate gay people. Gay is okay." Obviously, this didn't go over well, and she issued a more formal apology the next day. This had no impact on her career and momentum, but it would not be the last time she would have to apologize for her past. Now that she went viral on her own, her label decided to support her. She embarked on a 23-city tour 1 month later, and was finally getting interviews from Billboard, Genius, and Vlad TV. She rolled out a big single alongside Rico Nasty called Tia Tamara, which maintained a lighthearted and fun approach to her music. Doja understood that fans loved the satire and goofiness of Moo, but she ultimately wanted to be taken seriously as a musician. A lot of artists that blow up off memes have a hard time being taken seriously, but the music industry was craving more female talent, and Doja was ready to fill that niche. Her debut single, Juicy, alongside Tyga, debuted at number 83 on the Hot 100, her first entry on the charts. It would eventually peak at number 43 due to various TikTok trends associated with the track. Her second studio album, Hot Pink, was an overtly girly, bubbly, sexy record that complemented her fun energy while still remaining professional. Say So wasn't rolled out as a single but sparked a dance trend on TikTok. All the biggest influencers like Charli D'Amelio and James Charles helped skyrocket this song. The popularity prompted a remix featuring Nicki Minaj. As it gained steam, she tweeted,
James Charles be scaring me, bro.
Song. The
Oh my
popularity
God,
prompted a
bro.
remix featuring Nicki Minaj. As it gained steam, she tweeted, "If Say So hits number 1, I'll show you guys my boobs really hard." This tweet made headlines, some making fun of her desperation to go number 1, but then it worked. Say So peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and achieved a Guinness World Record for the first female rap duo to reach number 1 on the US singles chart.
I just realized I have to show my boobs real hard. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I did play you. I'm not showing my boobs real hard, man. You got fucking played.
People online were furious that she broke her promise. She's messing with the simps. Trust me, the simps will overpower her and eventually expose something bad about her. This commenter couldn't have been more right. A few days later, a Twitter user resurfaced an old video of Doja in what they claimed was an alt-right chat
Wait,
room. On a
seriously?
website called TinyChat, Doja is seen wiggling and writhing while making sexual noises and advances towards other people in the chat before dropping the hard R.
Her shirt reminds me of a baby duck.
Not only was she acting really strange, but the other people on the call were using blatantly racist rhetoric. This was Doja's response.
In this video, I'm being completely f***ing blackout drunk and completely f***ing dumb.
In regards to people being racist in the chat room, this was her response.
You know what I do understand is that there is racism that happens across TinyChat. And there is racism that happens across Instagram. There's racism that happens across Twitter. This happens everywhere. It just happens more on TinyChat because it's not as monitored. When you see racist on TinyChat, it's because people aren't paying attention. I've seen it, and I know that I've been targeted by it, but the narrative that it's a white supremacist chat is completely incorrect.
But it didn't stop there. Fans also discovered a 2015 song Doja recorded called Didn't Do Nuffin. Didn't Do Nuffin is a racist term that originated on POL, which is an abbreviation for politically incorrect, an anonymous board on 4chan dedicated to current events and political discussion. This board has a reputation as a breeding ground for fringe beliefs and unapologetically grotesque takes. The term Didn't Do Nuffin is derived from the phrase didn't do nothing, a plea of innocence often used in reference to unarmed black men killed by police. The term was used to mock and criticize the black community during the Black Lives Matter protests. Hashtags like Doja Cat is over party and Only Clans began trending on Twitter. People believe that the chat room video and controversial song indicated a pattern of Doja's racist behavior. Not long after these conversations started, Doja issued a formal apology in which she acknowledged her involvement in the chat rooms, but also debunked the narrative that she's anti-black. She also jumped on an Instagram Live for 30 minutes where she gave a concise explanation.
When I used it, it was because I was in chat rooms all the time and I was kind of locked away, and I was always on there just dealing with people coming at me left and right, talking about different slanderous terms after another. The term that I used in the song is one that I learned that day. So people were calling me it left and right, and I used it in a song. And it was to kind of take back and just say f you to those people.
But again, this would not be the last time Doja's internet past would come back to haunt her. Fortunately for Doja, her ever-growing list of accomplishments shined bright over any controversy she endured. Although her Hot Pink tour was postponed, she performed at the 2020 MTV Music Awards where she won the award for Best New Artist. Following performances on both The Tonight Show and Jimmy Kimmel Live, her feature on the album track Motive from Ariana Grande's 2020 album Positions peaked at number 32 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, becoming both her highest debut and second ever top 40 entry. Later that year, Doja performed at the 2020 MTV Europe Music Awards, where she won the award for Best New Act. She went on to win the New Artist of 2020 and New Artist of the Year at the 46th People's Choice Awards and the 2020 American Music Awards, respectively. Billboard ranked Doja Cat number 5 on both the Top New Artist of 2020 and Top Female Artist of 2020 charts. She ranked atop Rolling Stone's list of the 10 biggest breakthrough artists of 2020, following a 300% increase in her on-demand audio streams in the US. Forbes also named Doja one of the top breakout stars of 2020, while including her on the annual 30 Under 30 list. She was also nominated for 3 different awards at the 63rd Annual Grammys. In 2021, she continued to absolutely dominate. She toned down the bright, colorful costumes and pink-dyed hair for a muted, mature aesthetic. She released several hits, including Best Friend featuring Saweetie, 34+35 with Megan Thee Stallion and Ariana Grande, as well as Streets, all of which peaked within the top 20 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. In the spring of 2021, Doja released Kiss Me More featuring SZA. This collaboration reached top 5 in 18 different countries, received critical acclaim, and captured Doja her first Grammy for Best Pop Duo/Group Performance. But with all the success, she claims she didn't enjoy it.
I don't have any new music, like just have fun and like just jam and like make some shit. Like I haven't done that in maybe 5 years, feels like. Yeah, I made my album, put it out, but that's like a requirement. Like I have to make that. Like I had to make that album.
It's easy to understand musicians can experience burnout due to demanding schedules, late-night performances, long rehearsals, frequent travel, repetitive interviews. There is an intense pressure to consistently deliver high-quality performances, whether in live settings or in the studio. Her saying she had to make her album led people to believe there was drama with her and Dr. Luke. Maybe she felt a lack of control over her career. Her saying that she hasn't made music for fun led people to believe her label wanted her to make formulaic pop music so they can bring in millions. This pressure, combined with the endless amount of scrutiny and negativity online, having to constantly apologize for wrongdoings, likely made Doja feel like this whole music industry is smoke and mirrors. Her potential descent into madness was beginning. Are you drinking water? In March of 2020, Doja traveled...
Hey. Like, that's a very good question. See, and now it's not only coming from Patrick, it's coming from me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I get a little close with the water. I get real up close and personal. Drink your damn water, bro. My reminders are a bit more violent.
Are you drinking water? In
I
March of
did.
2020, Doja traveled to Paraguay for their annual
And the tribe. I made sure the tribe did too.
Festival, which was canceled upon arrival due to severe weather conditions which included flooding and thunderstorms. Doja's hotel location was leaked and fans, eager to see their favorite musician, piled up outside the hotel hoping for her to come out. Eventually, fans grew frustrated when Doja failed to acknowledge them, both in person and on social media. While fans aren't entitled to Doja's time outside of when she's scheduled to perform, her seemingly self-absorbed tweets the following day caused a justified uproar on social media. The next day, Doja checked out of her hotel and tweeted, "There was a storm in Paraguay, the show got canceled. When I left the next morning, there wasn't one person outside the hotel waiting for me." After a flurry of backlash, she said, "I don't give a," followed by, "This ain't for me, so I'm out. Y'all take care," before changing her Twitter name to I Quit. Her reaction to this situation that was totally out of her control either proves 1, she is legitimately sick and tired of the pressure of this industry, or 2, she is just a snobby, childish brat ungrateful for her career. Doja's response to criticism has always been the same since day one. She would initially respond sarcastically, and when that response garnered more criticism, she'd finally take the situation seriously and issue a formal apology. However, the secondary apologies always felt insincere, since her genuine feelings toward the topic were always displayed during those initial responses, which brings us to our next controversy where she made a huge deal out of nothing. Doja DM'd Noah Schnapp, the 17-year-old star of Stranger Things, to get the attention of Joseph Quinn.
Why don't I like Noah Schnapp again? For some reason, the tribe, like the tribe that, you know, since I'm the tribe leader, I understand the general consensus of the tribe. I don't like Noah Schnapp. I forgot why. We don't like him. But yeah, I'm on that. We smoking on that Schnapp pack. wait, but why though? Wait, hold on. Yeah. We smoking on that Schnapp pack all day. Dude is a Zionist. I need to look up what a Zionist is. I know it's a bad thing, but you ain't getting a garner of support from me. No, you ain't getting an iota of support. No, you're not getting a crumb of support. Bro, no.
Controversy where she made a huge deal out of nothing. Doja DM'd Noah Schnapp, the 17-year-old star of Stranger Things, to get the attention of Joseph Quinn, another cast member who she had been lusting over on Twitter. Noah posted the DMs thinking it was a silly joke, only for Doja to get really angry about it.
That Noah did that, like went and posted a private conversation between me and him, is so unbelievably like socially unaware and whack. You know what I mean? Like that's like borderline snake. That's like weasel. That's what I'm saying. It's not that deep. It's just that he's like a very dumb kid.
Doja assumed people would automatically take her side since Noah exposed their private messages. However, many people saw it as her trashing an innocent 17-year-old. What she said in the DMs was already public knowledge, and when Twitter users told her that she was overreacting to this small conflict, she played the victim and responded in an insincere, sarcastic tone. "Y'all are so cringe and lame and nobody wants to hang with you. That's why y'all be on here unironically writing replies to that makes you mad." Doja is clearly fed up with the negativity that comes with fame. Whether her controversies are self-inflicted or not, she was done with the expectations, done with petty drama, done with apologies, done trying to appease anyone but herself, and now it was her turn to control the narrative. She started by shaving her head bald. Then she went on Instagram Live and shaved her eyebrows. During the live, she said, "I feel like I was never supposed to have hair anyway." Whenever female celebrities randomly shave their head, people quickly assume that they have gone crazy, especially after the world witnessed Britney Spears infamously shave her head while having a mental breakdown in 2007.
When did this happen?
Paris Fashion Week, people second-guessed her intentions. Doja collaborated with makeup artist Pat McGrath to create a strapless red dress while she was covered head to toe in 30,000 crimson red crystals. The look took almost 5 hours to complete, and while some people shrugged it off as just another crazy fashion choice for the sake of shock value, others made Illuminati conspiracy theories that she was imitating Lucifer and this was nothing more than symbolism for the demonic realities of the entertainment industry. You could even say Doja's fashion antics are similar to the many stunts Lady Gaga pulled back in the early 2000s. Then again, they said that Gaga was in the Illuminati as well. Little did we know, putting together a creative or potentially shocking ensemble for Fashion Week became
think
one
that
of
was
the
the
least
Avatar.
bizarre things Doja does. Doja announced that she planned on returning to her rap roots for her upcoming 4th studio album. She wanted to diverge from the pink and soft things and pop and glittery sounds that defined her career up until now. Her song
Who is
Attention
that?
piqued some interest in the
That was
rap
Doja
world,
Cat?
but fans who'd become accustomed to Doja's pop records were expressing their disappointment on social media, leading to Doja tweeting, "My comment section on IG used to only be positivity because I was doing what everyone wanted me to do, and I love that I can see through all the bull now." She clarified that it wasn't anything personal, but was discontent cranking out digestible pop hits for children on Twitter to get into fights about. She tweeted, "Planet Her and Hot Pink were cash grabs, and y'all fell for it. Now I can go disappear somewhere and touch grass with my loved ones on an island while y'all weep for mediocre pop." People were feeling regret for having ever supported her music, but this is the most
Damn.
honest thing Doja has ever said. Most of the music you love is a highly formulaic, soulless product that is scientifically engineered for you to
That
love
is a
it.
fact.
Look at what it took for Doja to blow up, making the worst song possible to get attention. It is totally believable to think Doja just did whatever she could to make some money and be set for life. This is metaphorically what people refer to as selling their soul, but Doja was doing more than metaphors. She showed off a new tattoo of a scaled animal figure crossbred with female attributes. The photo went viral on social media, with many calling Doja's tattoo demonic. One fan expressed their concern, writing, "Used to love you, but you clearly sold your soul to the devil. Unfollow." Doja replied, "Whatever helps you sleep at night." She'd post another tattoo, an antelope skull on her wrist. Then she would tattoo a bat skeleton on her back. The allegations regarding her being indoctrinated into the Illuminati or practicing demonic worship only increased as time went on. Her Instagram became filled with cryptic messages and spooky videos to roll out her album. She posted very unflattering photos of herself. Her album was called Scarlet. She posted what people thought was the album cover, which consisted of her drenched in blood with a stripped down Freemason symbol. She also announced a multi-city tour, which people called a devil worship show. She'd post videos of herself crawling in the shadows, photo shoots where she was drenched in blood, and selfies of blood dripping down her nose. She even posted a selfie wearing a shirt with an image of Sam Hyde, an infamous internet troll/comedian who often incorporates racist or anti-Semitic humor in his bits. The image of Hyde brandishing a rifle on Doja's t-shirt is a common meme on social media following mass shootings. Her song Paint the Town Red was her leaning more into this overtly demonic art style. The song topped the charts in 19 countries. It became Doja's second single and first as a solo artist to top the Billboard Hot 100. Paint the Town Red made history by becoming the first solo female rap song in Spotify history to top the platform's global and US
'Cause of them
top 50
TikTok
charts,
plays.
the fastest solo female rap song to amass 100 million streams. Turns out devil imagery is still an effective marketing strategy. If the signs weren't obvious enough though, Doja began teasing a promotional single titled Demons.
Hey, hold on. Hey, you feel me? And I won't get swayed by the trickery. I almost fell for it for a second, cause I'm like, dang, this shadow look good as hell. But them horns woke me up. Thou shalt not trick me. Thou shalt not throw that ass back.
Doja began teasing a promotional single titled Demons. In promotional photos uploaded to Instagram, Doja can be seen dressed up as a demon. The music video further cemented Doja's transformation from the quirky girl in a cow suit to something straight out of a horror film. Some people are praising Doja, that she is finally being herself. She's finally free of all the expectations of the music industry and doesn't have to live up to unattainable beauty standards. Some people think what Doja is doing here is mocking the people who think an artist has to sell their soul to make it into the industry. You have to remember she is an expert internet troll, crawling out from the deepest depths of 4chan. She knows all of this imagery will cause controversy. She knows she will get news coverage and have outraged parents calling for her music and concerts to be banned. She knows there will be conspiracy theories regardless, so she could be ironically presenting herself as a devil worshipper to make people think she has gone insane. Is this an extremely corny and overused art style for artists? Yes. Is
Yeah.
it actually an Illuminati psyop?
Maybe.
Did it work? Not really. Doja's fourth studio album, Scarlet, debuted at number 4 on the Hot 200, moving 72,000 album equivalent units. In comparison, Planet Her debuted at number 2 and sold 109,000 units. Despite being on track to be the highest selling female pop star in the world, Doja potentially scared her audience away.
I ain't gonna hold you. Did Doja scare y'all away, bro? I never was tapped in, if I'm being honest with you. The only song that I really know is Why Don't You Say So? You know what I'm saying? That song is a banger. And I got that juicy. I keep it plump. Ow. Oh man, I like Patrick CC. The way he explains stuff. Speak English, bro. The way he explains stuff keeps you very, very engaged, bro. I kind of want to watch another one. Would y'all watch another one with me? I bet.
Yeah, it's the end. Leave a like and share it to your friends and your kin. When I post a video, I'm gonna need y'all to attend. Thank you for the view, but I ain't done with you. 2023, I'm about to be Jordan with the flu. Yeah, join the tribe. Yeah, join the tribe. I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe.